I went back to Portland in '83, I think, in order to make this movie, Noche, which was sort of my first feature. I had done a film in the '70s in LA, and it was called Alice in Hollywood, and it didn't really get anywhere. It wasn't that good. It was a comedy, and it wasn't really funny. And it was sort of something I had concocted, I had written, and it was about a girl in Hollywood trying to get a part in a film. And I cut it down because I didn't think it really warranted the hour-and-a-half running time that it was designed as. So it was a 45-minute film, which is also like an odd length to show, and nobody really was interested. So I kind of started over, and I had worked as a sound man in Portland on this film called Property that Walt Curtis was in, and got to know him. Penny Allen, who was the director of the film, she gave me the book Noche, and I read it. It was an autobiographical, sort of diary-like novella. Walt is a really huge character. He's sort of like a beat poet that wasn't one of the beat poets. He's a little young to be a beat poet, and actually did meet some of those characters at some points. He was in San Francisco for a little while, but he's sort of the one Oregon beat poet, along with his group of poets. I think it was Wednesdays, or sometimes it shifted Mondays. Walt would sometimes host open mic night, and so it was basically still going on, the same kind of scene that was happening in mid-'70s. There was enough of it, and enough of the characters that everything was still there, and so I was sort of an outsider coming into the scene from this, like, upper middle class guy. Walt's the street guy, I'm like the suburban kid entering into their scene and just sort of trying to tell the story as it was written, almost like trying to become Walt as a filmmaker. And so I would read poetry in their open mic nights just to get a feel of like their scene.
An acquaintance of mine brought a camera into the store the other day, and I gave him $10 for it. We decided to go out and see if it worked. It does. Hey! Pepper talks to a dog we find on the street, and I say, "You lead a dog's life." I don't think he understands.
I pretty much tried to just evoke his book without disturbing it, but there were things that had been added or changed, mostly through my own design, but also always using him.